In 2006, in La Pampa, Argentina, Corporal Sergio Pucheta was on patrol, scanning the dark roads for illegal poachers. It was just another night until it wasn't. Up ahead he spotted two glowing red taillights veering off the road as if someone was trying to hide. He pulled over, radioed for backup, and stepped into the darkness. Gun in hand, he moved carefully, expecting to find a truck or a group of hunters, but there was nothing. No vehicle. No people. Just silence. Then he saw them. Two sets of burning red eyes locked onto him from the darkness, and then they moved. Stepping into the moonlight were tall, thin figures with gray skin, massive heads, and long, bony fingers. They didn't blink. They just came closer. Suddenly, his body froze. His hands moved on their own, dialing another officer. When the officer answered, Sergio, still not in control of himself, simply said, "You know what to do." Then, as if possessed, his hands disassembled his phone, scattering the pieces on the ground. That's when he snapped out of it. He turned and ran, but after only a few steps, something hit him from behind. He pitched forward, but never hit the ground. Instead, he was lifted into the air, weightless, until suddenly he was dropped. He hit the ground, stumbled, and ran again. But as he sprinted through the cornfield, dodging between stalks, he skidded to a stop. Not because he had escaped, because in front of him was nothing. A void. A total absence of existence. It wasn't just darkness. He described it as if he had reached the edge of the earth. No ground, no sky, no stars, no moon. Just an infinite, suffocating blackness stretching endlessly before him. He could feel it, an unnatural, otherworldly emptiness. He knew deep in his soul that if he stepped forward he wouldn't come back, and then he looked down. Inside the void, peering up at him, were two burning red eyes. That was the last thing he remembered. The next morning, a farmer found him on the roadside, frozen, blank-eyed, unresponsive. Hours passed before he finally spoke, and when he did, he whispered a single chilling sentence. "I ran until I couldn't anymore." Because past that point, there was nothing. Investigators followed his footprints through the field. At first, they were normal. Then, they started spreading apart. 1 meter, 2 meters, 7 meters between steps, as if he had been thrown or lifted for impossible distances. When they removed his boots, they found burns on the soles of his feet. To this day, no one knows what Pucheta encountered that night. But whatever it was, he was never the same again.